Osama bin Laden was the founder of the militant Islamist organization al-Qaeda and mastermind of numerous terrorist attacks against the United States and other Western powers that included the infamous September 11, 2001 attacks on the World Trade Center in New York City and the Pentagon near Washington, D.C. Bin Laden was one of more than 50 children of Muhammad bin Laden, a self-made billionaire who, after immigrating to Saudi Arabia from Yemen as a laborer, rose to direct major construction projects for the Saudi royal family. By the time of Muhammad's death in an airplane accident in 1967, his company had become one of the largest construction firms in the Middle East, and the bin Laden family had developed a close relationship with the Saudi royal family. Osama bin Laden studied business administration at King Abdulaziz University in Jeddah. His time at the university was key to his future role as leader of al-Qaeda, not only in influencing his radical views but also in providing him with the skill to market al-Qaeda. Shortly after the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan in 1979, bin Laden, who viewed the invasion as an act of aggression against Islam, began traveling to meet Afghan resistance leaders and raise funds for the resistance. By 1984, his activities were centered mainly in Afghanistan and Pakistan, where he organized Arab volunteers to fight the Soviet occupation. Bin Laden's financial resources, along with his reputation for bravery in combat, enhanced his stature as a militant leader. A computer database he created in 1988 listing the names of volunteers for the Afghan war led to the formation that year of a new militant network named as al-Qaeda. In 1989, following the Soviet withdrawal from Afghanistan, bin Laden returned to Saudi Arabia, where he was initially welcomed as a hero. But he soon came to be regarded by the government as a radical and a potential threat. In 1990, the government denied his requests for permission to use his network of fighters to defend Saudi against the threat of invasion posed by Saddam Hussein's Iraq. Bin Laden was outraged when Saudi Arabia relied instead on US troops for protection during the Persian Gulf War, leading to a growing rift between bin Laden and the country's leaders. In 1991, he left Saudi Arabia, settling in Sudan at the end of the year. In the early 1990s, bin Laden and his al-Qaeda network began to formulate an agenda of violent struggle against the threat of US dominance in the Muslim world. In 1998, bin Laden ordered an operation larger than any of al-Qaeda's previous operations. Simultaneous bombings of US embassies in Nairobi, Kenya and Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, which altogether killed 224 people. Another al-Qaeda bombing in 2000 targeted the USS Cole, an American warship harbored in Yemen, and killed 17 sailors. At the end of the 20th century, bin Laden was thought to have had thousands of militant followers worldwide in places as diverse as Saudi Arabia, Yemen, Libya, Bosnia, Chechnya, and the Philippines. In 2001, after 19 militants associated with al-Qaeda staged the September 11 attacks, the United States led a coalition that overthrew the Taliban in Afghanistan. In December 2001, bin Laden went into hiding after evading capture by US forces in the Tora Bora cave complex. In the following years, US forces searched for him along the Afghanistan-Pakistan border, during which time bin Laden remained absent from the public eye. Meanwhile, US forces had continued to hunt for bin Laden, who was still thought possibly to be hiding either in Afghanistan or in the tribal regions of Pakistan. US intelligence eventually located him in Pakistan, living in a secure compound in Abbottabad, a medium-sized city near Islamabad. On May 2, 2011, bin Laden was killed when a small US force transported by helicopters raided the compound.